we need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.
Matt Lenihan Boxing, social in association with freebets.com, Empire Fight Store and Ford's Irish Stout. Been joined by Andy Lee. Andy, it's been a while. I've seen you in a lot of places, but we're not caught up in a bit. How's things? It's a huge fight week for yourself. Jospeh Parkers has an amazing opportunity back in Saudi Arabia. How's things?
Things are good. Things are great. Missing home, missing Christmas, but that's the only thing. But I have to try to enjoy the moments and not, try to enjoy these moments because this is a great time. We're in a beautiful place. Treatment has been fantastic. We got a great opportunity for Jospeh to change his life.
You've worked with Jospeh Parkers for a while now. How do you say your relationship sort of developed from the beginning to where it is now? He's had some fights where sort of been up and down, but we've seen some really good performances from him. Is it just about finding that balance fight now of getting him to do all the right things at the right time, and so we see the very best of him?
When I look at our partnership, we had the Cesaro fight. The first one was too early for any change. Second fight was a great fight for Jospeh, and a reflection of our training. We had a long layoff, and then he had the fight with Joyce. And I never liked the Joyce fight because, not that Parker couldn't beat Joyce, it's just that at that time in our development as a career, I would like Parker to have one or two more fights. But when he fought Joyce, going into the fight, we came up short. Back and forth fight, great performance by Joyce, and he won. Then we have to rebuild. So we come back against Massey, and I understand that, I was pretty pissed off with the performance at the time, but I understand it now, and I always understand it. Maybe a bit naive of me, but after a loss, fighters are hesitant. They're always a bit unsure. Massey fought a great game plan, he boxed and moved and got through the rounds. Then we fought in Australia, more progression, more training camps together, got a good knockout. We went straight back into camp again, fought Simon Keane, great knockout. And we had 2 weeks off, 2 weeks rest, and we just picked up where we left off, and perfecting everything. And I've said this for a long, long time. When I watch all these fighters, I'm ringside with the commentary. Jospeh can beat them all. Jospeh can beat them all. He has that skill. He can do things that most heavyweights can't do in terms of coordination, speed, and punching combinations. And listen, this is our chance to steal the show. As I said, Jospeh will change his life. He will look at him in a different light if he wins this fight.
I think when people, just coming away from Joe from it, when they talk about Deontay Wilder, everyone always says, avoid the right hand and we get to a certain place. I almost feel it's a little bit disrespectful because Wilder's got a ramrod of a jab, and you've seen this development with Malik Scott, although he's not had a lot of ring time. You can see slight changes in him. Do you see all this when you're looking at him going, you know what, it's not just about avoiding this right hand, we've got to be switched on, do this, do that. What have you made of his I suppose, development from the Fury, the third fight where he came and just went hell for leather almost with Tyson, to where he is now? I mean, he's only had that sort of 30 seconds with Hellenius, but have you seen from any clips anything?
No, it's very hard. He's a very unorthodox fighter, isn't he, Wilder? So it's not like he's boxing with a classical style, so it's very hard to get a handle on him, really. And as you said, we haven't had a lot to see with him and Malik. Mark Breland, to me, is a great boxer in mind. I thought Mark Breland, not having him would be a deficiency to anybody. I think so. Having somebody like Mark Breland around is a huge benefit. But Malik is not from Deontay, but with his other fighters, you can see Malik is a keen boxer mind, a student of the game, and he will do good work with Deontay.
You've been in the corner obviously for Tyson's fights with Deontay, so you've seen him up close on a number of occasions now. Do you believe Jospeh Parkers can go in there and manage to get him out of there? Do you look and think there may be some hang-ups, there may be some vulnerabilities from them wars with Tyson Fury. I mean, no matter what you say, it can take a lot out of you. And is it a matter of seeing how much it's taken out of him and getting Jospeh to maybe push the pace?
Yeah, we're not looking for any. We're expecting the best from him. We're not looking for any faults or like kinks that we can. Oh, he's weak, or oh, he's over the hill, or oh, he's 38 or whatever it is. We're expecting the best Wilder, and we're going to beat the best Wilder.
On the card, there's another huge fight as well. Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallin. Just as someone who's obviously a former world champion, obviously analytics, do commentary ringside, you study the game inside out. This is a huge fight, and Otto Wallin's been in there with Tyson as well, caused Tyson a few problems. What do you make of that fight? Break it down for us, and how do you see it going? New link up as well for Anthony Joshua, Ben Davison.
I think it's a great fight. I don't really care too much about it. I'm only focused on Jospeh winning the fight. What can I say about it? Wallin's very well schooled, and he's a southpaw. And Joshua's had trouble with southpaws, for review sake. Remember the big speech he made at the end of the fight. But Joshua is a wrecking machine. When he lets his hands go, he's got speed and power. And if he sets about his job in the right way, either one can win. Like all these fights, I think all these fights, you look at Joshua and Wallin, either one can win. Wilder and Parker, either one can win. Bivol, either one can win. Dubois, Miller, either one can win. The rest of them are a bit not as evenly matched, I wouldn't say. Sanchez Farr is a good fight. Interesting fight. Apatai, you would say, is a machine. Zorro, he's a good fighter, and I'd like to see him do well. But I don't want to disrespect anybody. But I think it's a top card from top to bottom. Anyone can win the fights if they perform on their night.
I know you're not looking past this fight, but with Tyson coming up against Oleksandr Usyk, I spoke to John the other day and he says, look, it has to be a much improved performance for a man like Oleksandr Usyk. Can't come in like he did last time in the shape. Mentioned obviously the setup, but I don't want to dwell on things like that. How's Tyson getting on? I know you're spending time with Jospeh, but how is he getting on for this camp for Oleksandr? It's a huge fight coming up in February.
Yeah, I only saw him for the week in Morecambe, but he's looked really good, as he always does. He sparred 8 rounds, coming off a holiday, coming off a flight. I back Tyson 100%. There's nobody, I haven't seen anybody like Tyson in my whole life. And all the gyms I've been in and all the fighters I've worked with, Tyson's the man. Skills, mentality, size. Yeah, it was a below par performance against Ngannou, but it was the best thing that could have happened. I think it sharpens everybody up, keeps everyone on their toes.
Okay, well look, Andy Lee, appreciate your time. I believe there is a bus that's going, and we'll catch up after this fight.
See you soon.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.